What is going on, guys, and welcome to another Steelrising video. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before playing the game, and these things are not only going to make your playstyle or your playtime more enjoyable, but they're going to give you the ability of being able to have a more easier and funner way of actually playing the game. Steelrising is a brand new Souls game that's coming out in the 8th of September. So if you guys are planning on picking it up or you're still on the fence, make sure you guys check out the review that we're going to be posting very soon on the channel. But with that being said, guys, let's dive in and talk about the 10 things I wish I knew before playing. One of the beautiful things about Souls-like game is that in this game, the main priority and the main thing you want to get, guys, is you want to get the essence that it's going to allow you guys to not only purchase stuff, but it's going to allow you to upgrade. And in this particular game, that is called Anima. Now, my tip number one, guys, is smash everything that you find in the game. I know if you guys have been playing Elden Ring, you're going to notice that when you play Elden Ring, even though you hit a lot of boxes, there's not really that much things to find. Currently, right now, in this particular game, you want to make sure you're breaking everything that you see that could be breakable. That's barrels, boxes, benches, because found within these benches, you're going to be finding really important stuff. And one of the most important stuff is Anima, which you're going to be using to purchase stuff, to upgrade your character, to level up. So that is my tip number one, smash everything you find. This is going to lead me to tip number two, because this game offers a lot of verticality, and verticality is extremely important in this game. And just like Elden Ring, you're going to be able to jump in this game, even though some Souls games you probably don't jump. But in this one in particular, you jump, and jumping plays a very critical role in this game, because you're going to notice throughout the levels and throughout the game, you're going to notice that there are white bags hanging from trees, hanging from buildings. Now, these particular bags are actually destroyable, and allowing you to destroy them will not only give you Anima essence, but they will also give you different potions and different items that are going to make your playthrough more fun and enjoyable. So make sure you guys are not only looking down below to smash things, but also up top to see if there's any bags or any item that you could break in order to get more items. Now, for tip number three, guys, in the game, there are 4 different slots of modules. And these particular modules will allow you guys to put different attributes or different sets of abilities to enhance the playstyle of your character. Now, these particular modules are unlocked with keys, and you're going to want to make sure you prioritize the modules as your kind of, I wouldn't say number one priority, but a very high priority in the game, because the faster you're able to unlock these modules, the easier your game time is going to be in this game, because some of these modules will give you the ability, guys, to apply more resistance, to get your health back a little bit faster, to be able to get critical hits when you hit someone and be able to get health back. So it's going to give you a nice survivability, plus it's going to give you a little bit more different type of playstyle, because some of these modules also provide more benefits when you're using certain certain types of elements like electricity, freeze, or fire, and these will help you guys extensively to be able to overcome the hardest difficulties of the game. All right, fellas, so for tip number 4, guys, and I cannot stress this that much, but yes, guys, you want to make sure you're buying grenades, and you always have grenades at your disposal. Now, you'll be able to buy these grenades from the seller, from the vendor, and of course, you're going to be able to access the vendor from any of the locations where you're able to sit down and kind of checkpoint, or from your carriage. And there are a couple really good grenades. We have the purification grenade, we have the electricity grenade, we have the frost grenade, the flame grenade. Basically, any grenade that you could get your hands on, get on them. It's going to make your life easier, and it's going to make not only killing bosses, but being able to defeat the hardest enemies in this game super less stressful than you going in there without grenades. Invest heavily when it comes to grenades. This is going to make your playstyle very fast, very enjoyable, and it's going to allow you to stress a little bit less and not want to throw your controller to the screen because you can't defeat that enemy. Tip number 5, guys, you want to make sure you learn to play stealthy. Now, you don't have to theoretically play stealthy all the time, but when you get a chance, stealth is the way to go. The reason is because there are going to be certain enemies that you could approach them from the back and tackle them stealthy, and this is going to allow you to not only kill them instantly, only some enemies, but it's going to allow you to pretty much negate that enemy really fast. So what you do is, guys, when you approach an enemy from behind, you're going to notice that there is a triangle that appears in front of this enemy. Now, this triangle will turn red. That means the enemy hasn't noticed you and you're behind him. If you guys go ahead and hit right bumper, at least that's in the controller, you're going to be able to knock them down stealthy and kill them really fast. Now, I want to make sure that if you guys are watching this video before you actually play the game, you're probably going to learn this mechanic later in the game. But if you guys start doing this at the beginning, you guys are going to make your life a lot easier, and stealthy is the way to go. It's going to help you kill a ton of enemy really fast. Now, there are some enemies that don't die instantly when you kill them instantly, but they do get knocked down, and when they get knocked down, you're able to get a couple more hits, and that is going to allow you guys to make sure you take them out very fast. So stealth is a good way to play. You don't have to play stealthy all the time, but it is a really good way to actually speed the process of the game. All right, so for tip number 6, guys, you want to make sure you play at close attention to be able to stun the enemies. If you're going to notice, the enemy that you're fighting is going to have this white triangle as well, very similar to the one that we talked about stealth. But in this time, when you're meleeing or hitting the enemy, you're going to notice that that triangle starts filling up little by little as you start doing more melee combats or more hits on the enemy. When that triangle gets fully lit white, the enemy is going to be completely stunned and it's going to be immobilized. Now, this is going to allow you guys to be able to go ahead and extra get hits. Now, there are some weapons that are going to be giving you the ability to cost this effect a lot faster and being able to take advantage of immobilizing the enemy as much as you can, or just pretty much stunning the enemy. So make sure you guys are constantly paying attention to that. All right, so now for tip number 7, guys, and that is understanding your weapons and knowing which weapon does what. So there are 2 types of weapons currently in the game. And basically each weapon has 3 movesets. It has a light attack, a heavy attack, and a special move. Now, when I say each weapon there's 2 kind of variants of the weapon, what I mean by that is there's weapons that are going to have the special move, and then there's weapons that are going to allow you to have a shield effect with this weapon. So shield effect is pretty much kind of like a parry system that is going to allow you to be able to parry any type of attack when the enemy attacks you. And that's going to give you a certain style of actually playing the game. As you guys know, there is no parry system in the game where you could parry with every weapon. You could only parry with certain weapons, so you're going to want to make sure you're paying a close attention to what weapons have the special move called the shield to be able to activate that parry system for you. All right, so for tip number 8, guys, you're going to want to make sure you have these capsules in your inventory every single time. Now, the reason being, guys, is because these particular capsules are going to allow your weapons to do those special abilities or special attacks that we talked a little bit earlier. And without them, you guys are going to be kind of left out. So if you guys notice right here on the bottom of my screen, to the left-hand side, I have a total of 70. It says 70 right there in the bottom. You're going to see these 5 different blue icons in the bottom left, right? So those 4 circles. So you're going to notice that whenever you use your ability for this particular weapon, you're going to notice that 1 is going to disappear when you're using that, right? So as you see, I used 2. And it takes away some of them and they're getting filled back up. Now, those capsules are going to allow you guys to maintain them in your inventory. Now, theoretically speaking, you pretty much get these off killing enemies, but there's going to come a time where you're going to completely run out of them. So you want to make sure you're constantly checking that before you go to a fight or when you hit one of these, you always have enough in your inventory. So when you want to use one of these abilities for a specific weapon, you're able to have those capsules in your inventory, or else you're going to be left out without any and not be able to perform any certain abilities that are going to be helping you out throughout the game. All right, so for tip number 9, guys, is make sure you guys pay close attention to your ordinary oil vial. This is extremely important, guys, because there are 2 ways to get your health back by a consumable within this game. You have the oil bear. This automatically restores all the health back. But these you only are able to carry 2 at the beginning of the game until you actually upgrade this. And you upgrade this actually pretty, I don't want to say relatively early, but you upgrade this at a very early stage in the game. But you want to make sure you guys are paying close attention to the ordinary oil vials when those actually drop. And you want to make sure you equip them to your belt. Now, the reason why, guys, is because these will give you health over time. Now, every time you consume this, you're going to see a timer will appear on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. And that's going to start with a ticker of 15, 20, 18 seconds, depending on which vial you have. And that's going to restore your health until the time runs out. Now, it's extremely important that you pay attention to these and put them on your belt, because you might be picking these up and you probably will overlook it and never put it in your belt, and you are losing on getting your health back in a very good way, because these are actually really good, because these actually drop from enemies, and having these in your belt will automatically put them in your belt, so you're able to consume them very fast and really easily, allowing you to play for longer sessions and have more enjoyable boss fights without you having to consume any of the oil bear. All right, for tip number 10, guys, and this is going to be one of my favorite tips and one that I enjoy about this game a lot, is make sure you check every area in the map. I have a walkthrough where I check every area of the map on every single level, but it's extremely important that you pay attention to this, because sometimes when you play Souls game, you kind of just go through it, through the motions, and you're just trying to kill the enemy, trying to get through it. But in this game, checking every nick and cranny is extremely important, because there are secret chests found within the game, and these particular chests actually reward you some really good stuff. They reward you modules that you probably would have to buy, modules that you probably wouldn't get. They also reward you keys to unlock the modules and upgrade your modules. And they also reward you kind of gear and items that you're able to equip to make you a badass character. So definitely, guys, check every single area found in the game to make sure you guys are not only finding every item, but also getting items that are going to be beneficial to you guys to be able to conquer the game very fast and very easily. Now, after watching this video, you guys are definitely going to want to know how to level up fast. Of course, we will have a how to level up fast video coming up very shortly, guys, so you guys know exactly how to reach the highest level in this game fast and quickly. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, guys, do consider subscribing to the channel, turning all your notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. If you guys are enjoying what we're doing here, guys, do consider becoming part of the Bolt Nation by hitting that join button down below and helping us out. It does help us out make better content and better videos for you guys. And also, if you want to go further, do hit that thank you button. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, speaking about videos you have to watch, is that particular video on how to level up fast in Steelrising. You guys are definitely going to want to make sure you guys check out that video, because you're going to want to hit the highest level as quickly as you possibly can to make your ride and to make your gameplay go as fast and as easy as possible. Of course, we will have best weapons to pick. We'll also have best early weapons. We're going to have a complete coverage of Steelrising, so make sure you guys keep it locked on the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.